One of the biggest lessons I've learned in my weight loss journey is the importance of consistency. You could have one day where you have an amazing workout, you're burning a bunch of calories, really pushing yourself hard, your nutrition's on point, your hydration's on point, and then the next day you could have a day where you're a complete couch potato. You do nothing, you overeat, and you just don't really follow your nutrition at all. Either one of those days in isolation doesn't really make a big difference in the larger scheme of things. Instead, it's what you do the majority of the time, what your days look like, that's really going to build upon itself so you can actually reach those goals. Or on the other hand, it's going to keep you from reaching those goals if you aren't consistent. So motivation doesn't get us the whole way. It can help, but it's really not what's key. The key is consistency. So how do we stay consistent over this long haul? Because it is a journey for sure. So I've gathered together my 5 best tips for staying consistent that's worked for me, and I'm going to share them with you right now. So let's get started. Number 1, don't be perfect. Be mostly perfect. You know, there's a reason why I call it the clean-ish movement. It's not because we want to be 100% all the time. That's very difficult to sustain, and it's not as enjoyable as an 80% type of lifestyle is. As long as we're focusing on that 80%, making the 80% of our behaviors, our choices, our nutrition in line with those goals, over time, we're gonna hit those goals. Number 2, choose a long-term health or fitness goal that you're willing to fight for. A lot of us go into a weight loss or new fitness routine thinking, I wanna be skinny, I wanna have abs. And over time, you can really talk yourself out of these little nice to haves. What really matters is finding a goal that is core to your soul, that you really care about, that you wanna be a confident, strong person, that you want to be proud of who you are. Those are the types of goals that are really going to stick with you, that you can pull on, because there will be times when we're not as motivated. And we need to have those goals that are so strong for us that we wanna make sure that we do everything we can the majority of the time that align with reaching that. Number 3, please don't just focus on the scale. It doesn't take your ovulation, your bowel movements, your hydration, your muscle growth. It doesn't take any of that into consideration. There are a lot of other ways to pay attention to our progress. How are you feeling in your clothes? Are they fitting looser? How does your inflammation feel? Are your joints feeling more comfortable? Are you in less pain? What are your energy levels like? Are you pushing more PRs in the gym so that shows that you're building muscle? What's your general attitude like? Are you feeling amazing and refreshed? How is your hunger changing? Are you feeling like you're hungry and you're needing more and more? Or are you feeling not too hungry, like you are getting more than you need? Progress photos are a great way to look at before and after and track along the way too. All of these are indicators that we can take into account so that we can pay attention to our progress. So don't just focus on the scale. Number 4, trust the process. And this can be hard sometimes, I know, because we step on the scale and we're a little bit heavier, or maybe something isn't fitting the way we want it to fit. But if you're following your plan and you're making those choices and those behaviors every day, or the majority of those days, that line up with your goals, you're gonna get there. It's not gonna happen overnight, but it will happen. Number 5, find a routine and be boring. I know we get all these new workouts and new diet plans and strategies offered up to us every day by influencers, but what we really wanna focus on is not changing things up all the time. Adding change to stuff adds more chaos. We wanna be boring, we want to be consistent, and we want to just follow that path until it gets us where we're going. And it will, because we're trusting the process. Are there days where things get changed and I have to respond to it? Of course. But overall, I try to keep my nutrition, my fitness, and my lifestyle as routine or boring as possible. I find it fun and I find that I enjoy this journey, but some people might look at it as boring because it's always the same thing. Nothing worth it is ever easy. Otherwise, everybody would be doing it. So we want to make sure that we know going into this, it's going to be a long and difficult, time-oriented process. And that's why it's so important to enjoy the process along the way. Because if you're killing yourself in workouts, you're not eating enough, and you're taking a bunch of extra supplements in order to keep your body awake so that you can do more to it and then you're not restoring it, that's not an enjoyable, sustainable way to live. The purpose of this is to reach our goals. A good way to do that is to enjoy the process along the way, because otherwise you're going to be miserable and you probably won't follow through. And if you need help along the way for support and motivation, check out my 30-day healthy program, where I offer meal plans and daily support and educational emails to get you on track and to get you started so that you can succeed at your goals. All right, I'll see you in the next video.